how developing your character could be the determining factor to whether you achieve success or failure in life, in your life. Before we can talk about how character can bring you success or failure, we need to understand what is character. I think if we ask most people, they'll simply define it. Myself, I used to simply define character as you either have a good character or a bad character. But it's a lot deeper than that. And I want to use 4 dimensions to be able to explain character at a more granular level, because it is very important. And I really want you to understand and practice good character. And the first dimension is authenticity. And I want to start by reading this quote that I have here. And it says, wholeness doesn't mean perfection. It means embracing brokenness as an integral part of our lives. Guys, I can tell you that for most of my years, I'm 30 years old now, but for most of my life, I've spent not being authentic. I can think of many different times when I haven't been authentic, and I have lied about myself, about what I do. Maybe I was trying to make myself sound a little better so that I felt accepted, and so that I can seem better to other people. Therefore, I can be validated, and circles of friends or professionals, other young professionals who I came in contact with. So, and I'll give you a specific example. I remember that I was a merchandiser for 5 years with this beverage company, and I remember a few times meeting a girl, right? And so I wanted to make sure I impressed the girl. And so when the conversation came to what do you do for a living, I used to say, hey, well, I'm in the sales department for this beverage company. It was a lie. I was a merchandiser. So, and a lot of times, to be honest with you, instead of helping me, I came off as arrogant or just someone who's so self-centered, and I tried to sound secure of myself, but by not being authentic, by only talking about my successes, I accomplished the opposite. People can see through our insecurities, especially when we talk. So we're always talking about our successes. We feel the need to prove ourselves in front of others. Guess what? Actually, the opposite happens. They can see through your weaknesses. They can see through your fear of rejection. So be authentic. That's the first part of building a great character that can help you accomplish success in your life. The second one I want to talk about is self-management. And I have another great quote I want to share with you, and it says, we set young leaders up for a fall if we encourage them to envision what they can do before they consider who is the kind of person they should be. And this is very crucial. For so many years of my life, I went about pursuing the money, the nice car, the nice clothing. I wanted to make a huge impact in the world and build successful businesses. But I never thought who I wanted to become. And that's just a lot more important. See, as a matter of fact, we can't we can't get we can't get past a certain level of success professionally, in our professional careers or even in business, if we don't first develop who we are as a person, our character. So we should be first thinking about who do we want to be so that we can accomplish what we want to accomplish. And I can tell you, I can clearly remember this day, not so far away. It took me some time to really understand this. It's a sunny day in California. I'm walking towards my nice Tesla. I have a suit on, and I have enough money in my wallet to go and spend as I like. When I get into the car and about to turn some music on and I'm about to figure it out where I should go, I remember looking over to the passenger seat and realizing that there was no one there. I had just recently ended my 5-year relationship, and I was alone. And a lot of that was because I kept on pursuing money. What I thought success was just all about money and the nice cars and the nice things. There's nothing wrong with those things, but when I thought that success was just that, and I arrived to a place where I was comfortable with the things that I had, I felt more empty than ever. See, success is a lot more than the cars and the nice things. But again, I don't want to drift away too much. I want you to think about what are the things that you value in life. See, because before you can practice self-management and discipline, you need to understand, you need to ask yourself, really, what do you value? Because a lot of self-management and a lot of making the right decisions at the right time comes before even being in that position in which you have to make a decision. See, there's core values that align with who I am and that serve me as what's that word I'm looking for? Is it rails, like rails on both sides, structures that keep me aligned? Those are my values. So for example, I'll mention real quick, some of my values are integrity, love, leadership, communication. I'll just mention 4. These all 4 values are pre-made decisions. So when I encounter a situation that's difficult, I have to make a decision fast, and that is testing my character, I don't have to struggle so much, because I know that whatever decision I make cannot go against my preset core values. So if that decision that I'm about to take goes against integrity, guess what? I can't go that way. So again, having those preset core values that give you direction makes it so much easier to make decisions, especially when you have to make a hard decision in a short period of time. So what do you value? Think about that, write those values down, and that will serve you a lot throughout life and decision making. The third aspect of developing your character is humility. And I have another quote I want to share with you. It says, "Great men have a curious feeling that the greatness is not of them, but it happens through them." Where and how we seek validation is very important. Where and how we seek validation is very important so that we can remain humble. And why do you want to remain humble? Because you won't be able to grow past the level of success if you're not humble. Humility is so important. At the moment you become arrogant, you stop seeing opportunity. You stop seeing the need for improvement because you think you got it all figured out. Guess what? You're gonna be out of business in a few months. So humility is very important. Even when you think of developing as a professional, developing your professional career, you need to remain humble to learn from those who can teach you, to be able to come to those who know more than you do and have them equip you and teach you some of their skills, but they won't want to teach you if you're not humble enough to come to them and ask. So humility is very important. And when I think of humility and how it helped me develop my character, I can think of less than a year ago, I moved to Charlotte from Los Angeles, California. In that process, I got rid of all the wins, the material wins I had, sold my car, left my job, and just came here on a leap of faith, which faith is so important also to my character and who I am. But coming to Charlotte, where I don't know anybody. I'm not nobody here. I don't have contacts. There's not network. I had to really practice humility to be able to build on my character, build my professional career, built on business here in Charlotte. Again, a new place. I don't know anybody. So a lot of the work that I did at first was to practice humility and to be able to go out there, meet people, make connections. Because I knew then, I learned then that validation comes from the internal wins, from who I am. Do I keep my word? Are my values aligned with who I am, with what I say and what I do? And that's all the validation I need, and that allows me to remain humble and not look for validation on external wins. Again, when I came to Charlotte, I didn't have any external wins anymore. I gave them all up. So I struggled with finding validation and validating myself, and that just taught me a whole lot of humility. And humility is important. I practice it now every day because I know how important it is. You can't win without humility. The fourth dimension I want to talk about is courage. Courage. There's a beautiful quote here. It says, "Courage makes character possible. It empowers us to do what is right in the face of fear, fatigue, or uncertainty." Courage. And I want to talk about, when I talk about courage, I think about it's following up in that example I gave you about Charlotte, right? So here in Charlotte, I've had to practice a lot of authenticity. Again, new place, all the things that I were part of my validation and identity of the external things were gone. So now I'm in a new place. I'm nobody here, right? So I had to be authentic. I had to practice self-management, and that was a lot of my actually writing down, thinking about what I value and writing those stuff down. Then humility, practice humility every day. It's not about me. It really is. I'm not. Whatever gifts I have were given to me by God, right? And there's a purpose. We each have gifts that are given to us for a specific reason. And it's your job to figure it out what those reasons are. But it's not about me. It's about the people I'm able to help. It's about the impact, the positive change I'm able to lead and create among those around me. And courage. Courage is being able to keep authenticity, to keep self-management, and to keep myself humble. To have the courage to keep building my character every step of the way, no matter what. No matter what's happening. No matter if it's raining, if it's hot, it's sunny, if I'm running out of money, if business is falling apart, if I don't have a girlfriend anymore, I go through a breakup, and I feel messed up emotionally. Like it doesn't matter what happens, to have that courage to keep on moving forward, align with who you are, with what you speak and what you do. And the last thing I really want to give you three steps to be able to develop your character. The first one is I want you to embrace good values. What is important to you? What do you value? The second is practice self-leadership, practice self-management. And remember, a lot of that comes to those preset values that will help you, that will keep you aligned in moments in which you have to make those decisions, hard decisions, with very little time in your hands to make those decisions. And the third one is to value people. You need to value people, but before you can value people, you need to value yourself, right? What we say, what we do, how we carry ourselves is a reflection of how we feel on the inside. So value yourself and value others as you value yourself. I hope this helps. I hope this helps because I can tell you that before going out, before making the mistakes like I did of going out and learning all these new skills and learn how to sell, learn how to communicate, learn how to lead others, none of that will work unless you first build your character. I did it the opposite way. I knew all the skills, but when it was time to practice, to embrace those skills, I couldn't. Guess why? Guess why? Because my character was not developed enough for me to be able to operate at that level. So you need to develop your character first. If this was helpful, I want you to like this video. I would love to be in contact with you. Comment for any suggestions, what you want to hear me talk about. And I also want to extend an invitation to you. If you want me to help you, if you want to work with me and understand and identify how you can practice in your own life, embracing good values, practicing self-leadership, and valuing people. How does that actually look in practical steps in your own life? If you're working, for in the retail industry, if you work in corporate America, if you own a business, you're trying to start a business, whatever your situation might be, how does that look? How can you build your character in your own life with the situations that you face every single day? If you're interested in that, I want you to comment below. You can just comment character, the word character, and I will reach out back to you personally, because I have a program, I have a training, I have a challenge coming up that you could get into at not cost, but make sure to comment below fast, because I can't give it to everybody, but I could definitely get you some of you guys in for free. This is a training that it's value over $500, but I would love to have you in, to have some of you guys, whoever's first and fast enough to come in first. I would love to work with you and give you an opportunity to be a part of this training at no cost to you. All right, well, see you next time. James Ortiz. I love you. I'm dedicated to your success. God bless. Bye-bye.